Hello and welcome to Sherazada TV. This is the Fire Within show, the show about finding inspiration in everyday life. Today, my first guest is Lauren Leibowitz. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. I'm so excited to be here. I can't tell you. The fire within is working.
Good. That's nice. You know, I met you, I think, almost 2 to 3 years ago. I was working at a cafe and you're one of the regulars, and I just, you know, when I met this woman, I was just impressed. Like, every day you're always smiling, you're always like ready to go, you know, and I was like, I want to be that lady, I want to be that woman, you know, and even sometimes I would have some bad days at work, and you just kind of, you knew what to say, and you know, you knew what would help me spark something inside me, and that's why it's so important for me, and I feel very blessed that you decided to be on my first ever episode, so I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. You're very special. You have a lot of wonderful qualities, and I'm just getting to know some of them, and this is very exciting, and to share your gift with your viewers is just amazing, and you will affect change, and that's what it's really all about, to have people join in and see the fire within themselves.
Well, you're right. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Just like everything you say, just like, it makes sense. You're just like, what? And sometimes it's very hard. Like, for me, it took a long time. Like, I always had a desire. Oh, I want this, I want that. But I never felt like I was ready. I always was very self-doubtful. There were a lot of moments where I just didn't like myself, and it took a long time for me to get over it, until finally it was like, dude, I have to go out, I have to go do what it is that's gonna make me happy. You know, I set out, I was gonna be a filmmaker, and I'm writing, and I'm, you know, looking for funding. I'm just like, I want to make a movie, I want to put myself out there, and I want to just show people who I am about, so to get them excited about what I have to offer as an artist and a filmmaker. And I have you to thank, because every single time, like, I would see you, there's just something about you, you know, you're illuminating, you have such beautiful words to say, and you're like quick on your feet, and I love that. So I want to know, when did this happen? When did you ever get this breakthrough?
It's not really a breakthrough. It's, like you said, you want self-confidence. I think that's the hardest thing to get. And if you believe in others, the things I say to anyone are the things that I need to hear for myself constantly, over and over again. And what I'm learning is that I believe in you, and that's all we need, is someone to believe in us, to be behind us, to help us take that first step forward. Because just one step, it doesn't matter in what direction you want to go, it's just one step forward. And that's really it. It's a simple tactic, but it's very hard to do, because we feel we need to be ready. Okay. And you don't. You just go do it. The help that you need will come. Instead of getting all your ducks in a row, it's kind of like putting the cart before the horse, that go out and do what you aspire to do. And where you need the help, you will meet people that will help you in any area. It's magical. It's trust. You mentioned desire. There's a wonderful book that I'm reading by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And it's not necessarily what you think about, what the title means, that you think that it's about money, material things. And I'm not necessarily, hey, that's great. I think it's great. You achieve something and you get the financial rewards of that. But it's about, there are principles to follow, and you talk about desire. That is numero uno. To have a desire, a passion, and to do it. Be happy in your life, and the rest will come. That's where trust, faith comes in. You have to trust that if you do what you enjoy, all the other benefits of that will come to you.
And you know, and that's very true, and that's when I decided to quit my job, that was because I needed to trust and believe in myself. But I also asked myself this question, I was wondering too, why is it that that happens? Why do we have so much disbelief in ourselves? Why is there so much self-doubt? Why are so many people afraid of themselves? Like, why are they afraid of achieving their goals?
Well, I think one thing people are afraid of achieving is the ultimate success, that you are afraid of actually having what you want. It's a self-sabotage. So you are the victim of your life. So if you were to actually have what you desire, then what would you complain about? A lot of people live in their story.
Yeah.
This is who I am. If you listen to how people talk about themselves, it's from the I-ness. I am, I did this, I did that. And it's also, we're a product of our parents and the beliefs our parents had.
Yeah.
So if your belief said, you're not good at that or you're good at this, then you begin to say, well, maybe I am and maybe I'm not, until you realize, I have a passion for filmmaking. I am good at it. I'm going to change that belief. I don't want to hold on to that, so I'm going to throw that out. And take on the new belief that you can do it. And so you have to get, when you're of an age to make up your own decisions of how you want to lead your life, that's when you go through your closet and say, don't need that anymore, or that's a keeper, don't need that anymore, that one doesn't fit.
I actually had a yard sale. I documented it on Instagram. I was hosting a yard sale with my mom because it was the same thing. I was like, I am done. I need to move forward. I need to do something. I was like, I need to get rid of stuff that I don't need.
Well, there's a book called Soul Space written by Zoran Balbus who talks about the stuff in our life and how we hold on to them and the emotional connection that stuff has in our lives as an example. He talked to a woman who was looking to find a partner in her life, a man. And he went to her apartment and he found out that the couch in the living room, very uncomfortable. She had a table for one in the kitchen, a little ice cream table. So he says to her, in order for have another person in your life, you have to welcome that other person. And she thought, wow, ding, ding, ding. So she got a second chair for the ice cream table in the kitchen. She got a more comfortable couch, and she got another bed in her bedroom. Would you know? Instantly, she met someone in her life.
Oh, wow.
Because you don't know how the things in your life prevent you from moving forward. You hold on to things. Why would you? There was another story that was fascinating about a woman that had been married, 25 years, and the marriage dissolved, but she kept the wedding gown in her closet. So that wedding gown has a negative history. So why do you keep it? So you're holding on to negative things. Throw it out. You know that saying when you throw, the wonderful thing about spring cleaning, there's a reason that we have it, because you get rid of old stuff so you can allow new stuff in. And it's also about not being attached to how it all looks. That's the excitement of the journey, is to say, I want to be a filmmaker, great, but it may be this zigzag road, it may be over here, down here, up here, though your goal is your goal, but how you get there, it doesn't matter. So how we look, we tend to have blinders on, and that prevents us from seeing opportunities. I always say to people that there's this door, and all the opportunities in life are behind the door. Let me out! They're like all cramped inside. Let me out! No, let me out! Let me out! Let me out! It's not until you open that door, and they just go, oh my God! And then you see opportunities, and you say, wow, I had no idea I could do that.
Yeah.
I have a blog talk radio show. If you were to tell me that I was going to host a radio show, I would say, oh, that's funny. That's really funny. You're teasing me. I don't believe you. I would never have thought that of myself. So when you allow, just go hang on for the ride and meet people and go out and be you.
Yeah.
Because you are the best you could be. No one.
And a lot of people have a hard time with that, accepting themselves.
Well, it's a hard concept to accept. If somebody says to you, be yourself, what does that mean?
Yeah.
How do you, if you don't know who you are and you're still searching, and we're always still kind of searching, I am, you learn more about who you are, but it's about not pushing. There's this wonderful story about, that my yoga teacher tells, about you're in a bathtub with a rubber ducky. So the more you reach for the rubber ducky, the more the rubber ducky moves further away. So to just be is to be one with the rubber ducky, meaning you're just there with the duck. You're there in life doing what you need to do, and then you have to wait.
And it will come to you.
Yes, because if you push too hard, it goes away. So there's this lovely balance. There's, again, where trust and faith and really visualizing and picturing what it is you want, but also adding an emotional component to that. Because you can't just say, okay, I want a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And you go, hey, where's that Ferrari?
You know, there's, oh, God, what's her name? Janis Joplin. She's got the movie, the song, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?
Right.
My friends all have Porsches, I must make amends. And it's just so funny. She's asking God, hey, you know, just give me all these things. I need to be like somebody else. I need to have what they have. I'm not going to be happy unless I have all of these material things like my friend, you know. It's just
But there's a key important thought in that song is that you have to ask for what you want. If you want a Mercedes-Benz, fine. It's okay, but you can ask, and people are hesitant to ask. That your thoughts are really powerful. So if people say, oh, God, my life has just been in the toilet, it's this and that, we co-create our life. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You're in charge. And so if negative things are happening to you, or if your life isn't where you want it to be, you have the power and the opportunity to change it for yourself.
So what I wanted to know, in your experience, you know, speaking to different people, have you noticed that men are the ones with most of the problem, or women are? Because I feel that women tend to have most of that self-doubt and that inability to actually execute their desires and their hopes, or just they feel very insecure and they're not truly being themselves. Because I've met too many women around my age like that, you know, are not willing to embrace that.
Well, I think it's improper mirroring. You know, when your parents help to create and formulate who you become, and so you take the beliefs that we were talking about earlier, and your parents show you a mirror of how you should behave. You should be respectful, considerate, loving. And so if you get improper behavior, if you are told, you know, I got improper behavior from my mother mirroring. Maybe she told me that I needed to get married because that's what it was all about. Never about finding your sense of self, finding what Lauren enjoys, and doing that also. It's wonderful to have a mate, partner in your life, but it's also to fill that need of sense of self. What's your contribution? How you can take care of yourself, etc. And so that was my message. And so you have to learn that. It's an interesting question. I think that's where mentoring really comes into play. And it's also important, I don't know if you experienced this growing up, that the dinner hour where children and their parents, you sit down every night with your family and you have a meal and you discuss what happened during the day. That is one of the most important things that a family can do to encourage children to engage, to encourage children to go on a different path other than a path of, I don't want to say crime, but to go in another direction. And that's less and less, it seems, that happens, that
That's
family
true.
unit.
They're all watching TV.
Yes, yes.
They don't care. There are people who don't care. I mean, I see it in children every day. I come across, like, I'm actually, like, I'm really into Instagram and Vine and all of that, and some of the stuff that people are posting, I'm scared of children. They're beating each other up. They're hitting adults that they don't even know. There's games like that online, like, you know, and I guess you have to go back a few generations to, well, what were their parents doing? What were their other parents? What did they teach them? Like, you know, were they given attention? Were they given affection? And it's just, it seems like it's so much that it's so important in your lifetime to, I don't know, I just feel like when you have a child, like, everything's so important. Like, how do you make this perfect little person? How do you... How do you teach them things that are going to benefit them?
It's the one career where there's no prerequisite to be a parent. I mean, there are some books, but there's no one that tells you this is the prerequisite you have to be a parent and how you raise a child. You know, love is really all there is if you rear a child with love, and everyone, they want a voice. Listen to what people say, even people that are older, you know, in their 20s, 30s, 40s, what they say on social media. It's just become a platform for which someone can have a voice. And that's what everybody wants, is a voice. They didn't maybe get that voice as a child. You didn't hear me. You said, okay, go in front of the TV. Mommy's busy. I had a busy day. Well, you know, you have a child, so yeah, you had a busy day, understandable, and if you're a single parent, it's even harder.
Yeah.
But it's challenging, but if you think about, we are building character in the young people for tomorrow, that these are the people that are going to run the country, be the doctors, be the lawyers, be the you know, social workers. They're going to be the people that are in charge of everything. So we've got to nurture them and give them the tools to be the best they can. I had my nephew visiting for a week. He's 8 years old, and he's into his iPhone playing games all the time.
Yeah.
So at the end of the week, I said to him that we were going to have a phone bowl Friday. And so Andy Lauren, well, Mommy just says I can have my phone. And I said, well, yeah, great. So when you're with Mommy, you can do what Mommy says. Now you're with Auntie Lauren, and Auntie Lauren says the phone goes in the bowl. And he forgot about it. But I want to connect with you. I want to play a game with you. I'm a big kid. Let's go out and play. What do you want to do? Baseball, whatever. Let's go on an adventure. You could always have the phone later.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, spending time with children, with anybody. The guy I was trying to tell you, forget his name, everyday people everywhere. He has a website where he's taking a little VW bus and going across the country to connect with people.
That's great.
Yeah,
ding, ding, ding. Really good.
You know, and you know, where we met, one of your beautiful qualities is your ability to connect with people, because you are there to be of service, as I think we all are, no matter what field or industry we're in. We're here to be of service to somebody, whether it's a personal service or selling a product, or doesn't matter. It's all a means to interconnected. Yeah.
You know, Lauren, I want to know, and I would like for the audience members to know as well, what would be a great exercise or something that somebody can do every single day to help them, to motivate them, to keep them you know, reaching their goals and just inspiring themselves, believing in themselves. What would be the one thing that you would say that somebody can practice, one exercise they can practice every single day?
Well, I'm going to give away my trade secret. Well, you know, look, I do these things every day too. I'm human, you know, so you got to talk to yourself a little bit, you know, instead of looking in the mirror and pointing out all the things that are wrong with us. That's what society says. We're not good as we are. We're imperfect because we need to be like this, and they show us a picture of who we should be like. You know, women, it's a certain image or a couple of images, and if you're not like that, then there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
No. So really, I think it's about being still and going within and meditating, which I'm a yoga goddess, so I have a yoga practice daily, and yoga prepares me for meditation. And it's a place where you can sit still and be quiet and listen to the guidance that we all are seeking. So I have worn many hats, meaning tried so many things outside of myself. And yes, I accomplished them. The accomplishment didn't mean so much because I didn't find myself. So you like you were saying, you've now found self-confidence. So when you can sit quietly and just listen and be still, it gives you the courage to go out into the world where there's so much cacophony, the noise, and you can be still and be who you are, be that individual, and just really say to yourself, I can do anything I can. There's really nothing that prevents us from having and doing what we want. We are the only ones that that prevent ourselves, and it's just a constant dialogue. There's no
So
real
positive self-talk, like
yes. You know, it's visualizing. There are steps. You know, visualize. Really be clear on what it is that you want.
Yeah, I have a vision board. And there was a time that I had to put it aside because I was like, I don't want to look at it. Don't want to look at it. Until I was like, you know what? I got to be proud of my vision board. Like, that is what I desire, and I should go for it, you know?
And you know what? It can change. The more self-discovery, this is your journey.
Yeah.
It's your journey of self-discovery, and at the same time, you're creating or finding your way to the desires that you want, the accomplishments that you want. And then you let it go. Like, you forget it all.
Yeah.
You know, it's similar to studying for a test. You've learned, you've studied all the information. You have to let it go and not worry about it. And when you take the test, trust that the answers will come to you because you've prepared. You've done the work. I had a friend who taught crew, and he would teach crew to the extent of teaching. They would simulate a gold medal ceremony. So all the athletes would be in their boats, and they would row, and they have a race. And at the end of the race, it would be first, second, and third, and they would have a platform, and someone would come up, first place got a medal. So you know what it's like to win. So that as you go through your journey, that fear of, ooh, I'm about to have what I really want, you're already comfortable with how that feels. So yeah, I'm worth it. You have to really say that I deserve
That's important.
whatever it is that you want.
Yeah.
You deserve it. Whatever you want to do, and don't let the yeah-butters in life deter you. Right?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Oh, there's so many. Listen, this is being aware. I think is key to how people communicate. If you suggest something to someone, say, oh, would you like a cup of coffee? Yeah, but so you're negating. You're saying no to something. You're not saying, oh, that sounds lovely, I'll try it. You're just saying, oh, no, that's not going to work. So you're putting all these obstacles in your way unconsciously, and then you're saying to yourself, well, gosh, I think I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Why isn't it that I'm getting what I desire?
Yeah.
You're putting up a wall. No, yeah, but. Or I did this once. Okay, there was an opportunity for a job. I don't even remember what it was. And I looked at the requirements and I said to myself, well, I don't think I'm qualified for it. I already performed what I call self-sabotage.
So, yeah.
Why should I determine whether I'm not good for it? I could basically, talk my way. I do much better in person than on paper. So let the interviewer determine, Lauren, you're just not right for the position.
Yeah.
Why do I have to determine that?
Because most of the time it's based upon personality anyways, and they want to know, can I work with this person? Of course you have to have general knowledge of things, but some people are willing to teach you as long as they're comfortable with you and they see that you have the potential. So, Lauren, I think you're amazing. You're a very dynamic woman. You have a beautiful personality, and you're just full of light and love. And I know that you have a talk show.
Yes.
It's on
Blog Talk Radio. Yes.
Okay, and so people can find you there.
Yes.
Lauren Leibowitz. So her last name is spelled Liebowitz. And also you have the Business Dynamo. What's Business Dynamo all about?
Oh, I do a little personal selling. So I helping people in small businesses or large business really go door to door and help them. It's all about what we were talking about earlier, gaining customers by going in and talking to people. Third-party selling.
Selling themselves a little bit.
Right, yeah, I'm the third-party seller. So most people, it's easier. Actors have an agent.
Yeah.
Football players, sports athletes have an agent. It's much better that a third party says, yeah, you got to try Leibowitz. She's this, she's that, and bada bing, bada boom. So that's what I do for people. And it's fascinating because you glean so much information by talking to people.
No, it's true.
You find out what their wants, goals, and needs are, and then you can provide that for them. It's a fascinating way of selling.
That's really fun. That's really good to know. It's businessdynamo@aol.com. I'm going to have that down here. And so it's good to know. She, you know, if you ever need anybody to help you, like Lauren can. She's got the insight. She's got the power. And also, listen to her on the Blog Talk Radio show. You can find her there, and I'm going to provide you with that information right here. And then also, Lauren, thank you so much for coming. I have a gift for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is for
thank
you.
So much. That's
To
lovely.
you from me.
What, should I open it?
Yes, please
Oh,
open
okay.
it. So
Wow.
I wanted to get you a little something.
You're so cute.
And so, and I saw this and I was like, this is for Lauren for sure.
I love it. I
And
love it. I love
She
it.
it's just so much.
I know, the mystery, right? The drum roll, do you hear the suspense? Da-da-da. And the Oscar go, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so
That's
show them
perfect.
what I got you. It says,
Believe. Oh, thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. I don't know if you have a garden, but you can put that in your garden. You can put that just anywhere that you need to put that says believe. And I
that's
liked it. That'd be
wonderful.
cute. You can put it anywhere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Believe, that's it.
She's amazing.
That's it. That's
Aw.
really all it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on your show. I know that this show is going to inspire, uplift, and motivate so many people.
I hope so.
It will.
It will. It will.
It will. It will, because we just need a little push.
That's
A
true.
little push, a little support, and it's wonderful. And I'm very honored to be the first
Oh my
the
God,
premier
so much.
guest. The premier guest.
So I thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
she always gives the best hugs.
I do,
Actually,
I do.
she always gives
I do.
the best hugs.
I
She's like, give me a hug. She's like, oh,
I know.
oh okay.
I know. It's wonderful.
Very nice.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.